Hi everyone, welcome to my little corner where there is no wrong way to play with paper. We are doing a scraps to embellishments video and my crafty friends do it with me. So make sure you check out everyone. You can click one playlist and see what everyone is doing with their scraps with this week's theme. Now, everybody doesn't create a video every single week, but it's enough examples that it's lots of fun. I do swap with my friends over on my Facebook group, Ginger's Corner, and I would love it if you came and joined us. This one here is called a Captain Special Swap with the theme musical chairs. Anything with music is allowed. And you make 2 embellishments, 1 journal block, and a title. So here's my 2 embellishments, here's my journaling block, and here's my title, and you swap with a partner. So you only have to make 1. It's not, if you want 2 partners, I guess, because you are allowed to have up to 2 partners, you would make 2. I do suggest, though, you make 1 for yourself, okay? Because you're going to want it. Trust me. I had to learn that the hard way in past. So make 1 for yourself, make 1 for your partner, and you mail it to them, and they mail you 1 back. It's a lot of fun. So here's what I've created. I have these cute little, I don't know if they're pandas or bears. I don't know what they really are, but they're really cute. And I'm going to put this one all the way together with you. This is just a title I made on my Cricut. This is a Cadoodle Bug cut file. It is actually meant to be done with hearts, but I did it with music notes. Remember, you can use even cut files and make them your own. Find different ways to use those things that you bought. Lots and lots of fun. In the original cut file, this panda or bear, I'm going to call it a bear, is holding a candy. I made it hold a thing of music notes because I have these metal dies here. This is what I put inside of here and decorated my journaling block with. And what did I do with the other one? I don't even know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. Okay. And then I have this, and I got these on Temu. I mean, that's where I got these metal dies, and this is what he's holding here. And I just used a die cut because all of your things need to be at least 2 layers. Okay. Now those 2 layers can be inking, can be layers of paper. I've shown lots and lots of different ways. If you want more examples, go and view other videos. But 2 layers and stickers. You can't just send in stickers. That's not 2 layers. That's just a sticker, right? But you can do a cluster. You can add it to paper. I could have done stickers on this journaling block and I inked around it. So just an example, I have a scrap left over from when I was die cutting all of this. So that's a layer. This is just a scrap of white. This is a die cut and all of these, and it's ink. So I have 3 layers. I have paper, I have a die cut, and I have inking. So don't get caught up in, oh, it has to be 2 layers and panic. It's okay. This one has several layers of paper. I inked almost, well, not almost, unless it was too small. There were a couple that were too small. And I didn't ink the eyes. I wanted those to be nice and clear. But I inked all the parts. And let me tell you, I didn't think it was going to be a big task, but it was. I used my tri-tip markers, fine line markers. There's the die cut. It has several layers. My title has 2 layers exactly. It has an offset that I did on my Cricut and then the cardstock words. So every piece needs to be at least 2 layers. But again, you're only having 1, possibly 2 partners. So it's not overwhelming. It's a lot of fun. All right, so let's put something together. I'm going to put these 2. I'm going to do finishing touches on one of these I have almost put together because I don't want the video to be super long. Although, I feel like just 30 days of sketches, I got really quick with some of those videos. So we'll just kind of hang out. Now, here is where I started with this, okay, where I am. Let me grab all the little pieces. And this is the die cut that I was showing you. And make sure when you do a die cut, take the time to poke out all these little pieces in your die cut, okay? The partner does not want to have to sit there and do that. That's the whole idea. The work's already done. And then I'm going to take my bling, and I do have the link for this for Miss Debbie. She's on Etsy shop. I have my beautiful feather today off of my glue bottle here. And then I'm going to, let's see. Oh, did I leave it open too long? Ah, mayday. I have to do some maintenance. Like, no, I'm staying in there. I'm talking to a glue bottle, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm blind as a bat. I can't get it in there. Just taking a needle, maybe, if I can see. Goodness, goodness. There we go. Unclog it. Okay. I'm going to just take, and I learned to put a couple little spots here. Now I do put one together all the way before I cut out more. Now I always make extras in case I have to replace somebody's swap. You don't have to do that. Like I said, you're just going to make one for yourself if you want. I always want. And then one for your partner. So I make 4 usually, just in case, you never know. And then I save the extras for new swappers, because if you're a brand new swapper and you do 4 bi-monthly swaps first, because you have to do those first before you can go into the more complicated swaps, you get little welcome goodies. So that's a lot of fun, and I save these for that too. Okay, so there's that one. Now, see the difference between this and this? This is cute. It is cute, but because I took the time to do some highlighting on here, it came to life. So I have pale pink. That's the color I like to use. This time I am going to use a medium in the middle. I'm just going to give her some rosy cheeks. I mean, I guess it could be a guy. It doesn't have to be a her. I'm trying really hard lately to do like unisex embellishments, so I could use them. And this is totally selfish. Has nothing to do with the swaps. I like to be able to use them on a boy or a girl layout. I don't want to be limited to one or the other. Okay, then I take the light color and I go around and just give it some more. Now, right now, it's super noticeable that you'll notice here, it's just a highlight kind of. And I'm no expert at coloring. So don't do whatever works for you. You're probably better than me. All right, then I just took a photo safe pen. That's very important. We want to start using photo safe pens. And on this larger panda bear, or whatever we're calling him, I keep changing my mind, so even I don't know. I did 5 little freckle dots on its cheeks. Okay. Then I'm going to take my gel pen, still waiting for my order. I've decided I just need to cancel it because they're taking way too long. The mail is ridiculous. And I did a large dot for his pupil and then just a little highlight mark. I'm learning that, and I really like how that looks. You do whatever you like, okay? Look at the difference from where we started. Just take that. It took, what, 30 seconds? It's really cute. Inking is another great layer and adds so much depth. So much depth. Now, we don't have to worry about things being flat anymore. I could have chose to put his little mouth and cheeks up on foam, but there's so many layers, my little pack, because you're going to want to put this all together. It's going to be pretty thick, so I decided not to do that. But you could if you wanted to. No reason why you couldn't. So we put that one together, and I do put close-ups at the end. Okay, I do. I just want to clear this off. I would hate for myself to mess that up. All right, now we've got the parts. First, we need to put together our gumball machine, aka note machine, right? It's our little notes. It holds, it's going to dispense notes because there is music everywhere, as my title said. And I did these in colors that I could use on Miss Jilly, because if you know me and you follow me, you know that my daughter is in marching band and I need a lot of music stuff. So there's that. Next, I'm going to put on the globe backing. And I say backing because I took a piece of acetate, and you could use packaging, whatever you want, and I cut one, and we're going to put that on at the end. So I just tack this down because I want to put music notes on top of here, and you'll see I have some piled up right here. Okay. And then I wanted to put a little one. It was supposed to be a heart on there. Let's see, but we're just going to we'll put a big music note on there. We're just going to scatter them around like they're inside of the gumball machine, right? Lots of fun. Don't need a ton of glue, just enough to put it down. And I did learn to do it in this order by trial and error, honestly. So I have said this, and I will continue to say this. I do think there's a right and a wrong way to put a cut file or a die together. Don't be afraid to try it, though. If it didn't work the first time, you learn from it and you do it again. That's how I do it. It's how I've seen other people do it. You live and learn, right? And the more like little critters and people you make, it kind of becomes obvious, right? You can't just glue everything on like in this instance here, and you're going to see when I put the panda together, I tried to make these notes go in different directions. You will see that we will put the eyes on before we put the nose and the mouth, because those eyes tuck behind that mouth just a little bit. So there is a wrong and a right way to do it. I don't know about y'all. I didn't know that wrong and right way until I want a little hashtag. I put a hashtag on the others. Until I started trying things, and then I had to rip it apart and try not to tear the paper. So, you know, you learn as the more you do, the more you, it just kind of becomes second nature, and you know how they go. So don't be afraid to try. That's my point here. All my yakety yakking over here. Okay, so we'll put maybe 2 more on here. I want it to look full, you know. Yeah, let's go like that, and maybe let's do another one of these, but I'm gonna do it coming off like up here even. Maybe let's get a 2 one. Yeah. It's really hard for me. I have some bigger notes that have hearts on them, and I really like them, but they were a little bit too big for this gumball machine. So we got to be realistic. All right. Now I think I put glue. I'm just going to dab it off, and then I will cut that when we get done. So next, I need to put on my piece of acetate. We want it to have that shine like it's a gumball machine. And it needs to kind of, I'm going to cut the end off right here. And I'm going to always put the glue on your biggest piece. And the reason that is because then you know that's where it needs to set, and you're not smearing the glue, especially on something like this acetate. We would try to minimalize how much smeared glue. Yes, it totally dries clear. It does. But the cleaner we can make it, we might as well, right? Now, see, a little bit is there. You probably can't see that. I'll kind of move it. Maybe you can see it in the sun. But that's okay, because it has this little piece here. And we're going to just glue that right over the top. And I'm going to go right here on my bigger piece again. And then I'll set this on there, because it does overlap. Then I'm not wasting glue, and I'm not smearing glue anywhere. Okay. Next, I have a little ring that goes around. Well, my ring is whole, and I made this extra part. The cut file did not come with this, but I was like, that's gonna look sloppy, because yes, the glue dries, but I will tell you, you can see it through the acetate once it dries, and I didn't want that. So I'm going to, this is another instant, and I want to put it on the bigger piece because I don't want it down here. We don't want to put it on there. I could have put it on before, but I learned through some trial and error, this just looks nicer, because then I was trying to have to cut it down there, and it just stressed me out. So I'm going to set this on the top, press it down, okay? And then I'm going to pick it up. First and foremost, this is dry, so I can cut this off, okay? We're just gonna go right here, cut it off. And if I need to put just a tiny bit more glue in there, I will. Press it down, okay? Then I have these right here, right? I'm gonna have to clean my scissors. That must not have been totally dry. And I'm gonna run my scissors right underneath here along the edge. Can you see that? I'm going right along the edge of this piece here. So I'm gonna make sure that it lines up right there. And I'm gonna turn it and do the same thing on this side. Okay, see, I think that just looks nicer. And then I can come in and put a tiny little dab of glue if I need to. I find that sometimes there's enough from when I put it on there, it'll just stick. And that's the case, all right? Next, we got to put the top. So let's do the same thing on the bigger piece, all right? And we're gonna grab this top, and we're going to pick it up, look at it, line it up, eyeball it, make sure it is straight on the top. That looks pretty good. Same thing. Got to put that trim piece across here, and I'm gonna put a dot, because we're gonna put an enamel dot right on top. I just thought it made it look really cute. I love using my tweezers, then I can see where I'm putting things, especially with these dragon nails I got going on. Okay, the pretty dragon nails though. Still got my broken one. I'm letting this nail heal. Boy, I did it doozer that second time, and I'm not even gonna let them, when I go have my nails done, I'm not even gonna let them put another nail on. It needs to heal and grow out. they argued with me, and I'm just going to say no. I'm the customer, right? The customer's always right. All right, so here is our pinball. Well, we still got to make our little bear, so let's do that. Let's get all the little pieces here on my white cardstock so that I can see it. First things first, I need to make his belly. So this is the backing. This is this part right here, okay? And now in this instance, I am going to put it on the smaller piece, and I can just eyeball it, okay? Once I get up to more and more layers, I really need it to be on the bigger piece, okay? Now we got to tuck his little arms in, and what we're looking for is these little spikes on the arm. We don't really need any of the rest. I think it's kind of cool how these cut files do give us options, because you could totally put him with arms and not use the little hands if he's not holding anything, but we're going to make him look like he's holding on to the gumball machine. Just like so. And you'll notice my voice gets worse and worse. I am mending, but I'm still sick. Yesterday, oh, I sound like a barking seal. I was coughing so hard. It was pretty crazy, pretty crazy. All right, so I'm going to set this aside and let that dry, okay? Next, I learned first I need to put on their ears. I always put the ears on first, no matter what animal. And I did already put these together. And I like to do it like this. Once again, this is the part I'm gluing it to. This instance, it's not necessarily the bigger piece, but, and then I take this and I can just set it on top. I think it needs to go right there. Whoops, and I'll hold it on there for a second. There we go. I can adjust it if I need to really fast before the glue 100% dries. This one, same deal. Okay, and my ears are on. Then let's see here. The hard part for this one for me was definitely the eyes. Now, I did have to really look at my cut file to learn where this needed to go on here. So just don't be afraid to zoom in. Us old folks, we have old folk problems and we need to do that. He has one spot on his eye. And then I'm just going to, again, the bigger piece, I'm going to put the eye whites on. Now I did not ink these. Like I said, I wanted them to be very, very crisp and no inking. To me, your eyeballs should not have muddy look to them. I have a little piece here I need to cut off, okay? And I use my pickup tool as much as I possibly can, just like so, just like so. Ta-da! Now we're gonna put the blue eye part on. This eye had many layers. That's why I went ahead and put this one together, because this is just a smaller version of this one. It's literally the same bear. So we will put this on, just like so. Just like so. He kind of looks like a little zombie right now, don't he? And then we have the black dot that goes on here. Okay. And we have this one. I'm going to put that one on. And I have the other one here. I think it's probably out of your sight, but it was over here. Just like that. Ta-da! Now I want to attach his body to his head. Cannot have a decapitated head. That's not an option. I mean, I guess it is, but we're going to avoid that option. And we're just going to press it down. Then I have his little mouth parts here. Almost done. Again, I put the glue on the bigger piece. Use my tweezers so my hands are not in the way. I will tell you, if you've watched me for a long time, even before I started getting my nails done again, after years of not having them, I still used my tweezers. And I have small hands, so definitely, I think it will help you. It helps me anyway. All right, so here's its mouth. And then we gotta put on his little nose. Now it goes here. You can always pull it up and tack it down. I have it in the wrong way. The flat part goes on the top, just like so. Now, see how weird he looked to me? He looks weird right now. Putting the nose on is like a game changer for me. It just makes him alive. It's like, oh, hello there, little bear. So we'll put his nose on. Isn't that just funny how that changes the whole look of it? And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to give him some gorgeous little cheekies here. This time I'll only put 3 marks on there, and I'm only going to use the darker color a little bit. So this time, instead of starting with the dark color, I started with the light color. Okay. And while that's drying just a hair, it really doesn't take that long. I'll go ahead and do that little eye and the accent dot. I like that highlight dot. It makes a difference in my eyes anyway. Then we're going to take our photo safe marker and we're going to do 3. Now this one I kind of do a triangle going towards the outside, and this one I'll do a triangle going towards the inside. Then I take the darker color and I just do it in the middle of those little dots. That's all I did on the smaller one. Okay? Just like that. You could do it however you want. My way is not the only, AKA right way. In fact, most of the time it's the wrong way, but we get it done, right? All right. So then I'm going to glue him on. The first one I did like this, a little lower. I like him up a little bit higher. So I learned, I hold it and then I tacked it on, just a little dab of glue, and I just hold him here. Okay. Again, it does dry clear. We don't want a huge mess with our glue, but a little bit's okay. Then we're going to turn him just a hair and we're going to tack him from the back. Okay, and hold that down. Then all we gotta do is put our little hands on. He'll be pretty cute. We'll have him all set and ready to go. And just like that, he's holding on there. And then we're gonna have him hold right there. Just barely. I like the way that looked a little better than the gap, but either way is okay. I mean, doesn't matter. Just like that, we have our swap done, ready to go. I hope you're inspired. Mix and match your tools. Use your Cricut, use your Sizzix Big Shot. I have a Gemini as well. Use all your different tools, your ink, your markers, your fine tip. Everything needs to be photo safe, but other than that, have lots of fun. Mix and match. Use the same things. Don't think you have to go buy something new every single time. You don't. Be blessed. Check everyone else out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.